another recipe in my old kitchen and with my oven again. Today we're going to make a cheesecake. That's right, we're going to be using the oven today. So this is originally a classic German cheesecake, but the twist is that we're going to be using coconut milk in it. So my Oma originally shared this cheesecake recipe with me and I absolutely loved it. Oma is how we call our grandmothers in German. So I'm really excited to bake with you this cheesecake. So let's get started. The ingredients that you will need for the cheesecake are, first I'm going to show you the ingredients for the short crust. We will need 250 grams of flour, 2 cups, a teaspoon of baking powder, 125 grams of sugar, 2/3 cup, an egg, and 125 grams of butter. For the filling, you will need 500 grams of hunkered, 400 ml of coconut milk, 150 grams of sugar, 3/4 cup, 4 tablespoons of vanilla custard powder, 2 eggs, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. You will also need a spring form that is lined with parchment paper at the bottom and then greased with butter at the sides. So let's start making the short crust. First, we're going to put all of the ingredients into the bigger bowl. Now we're going to knead this all together into a dough. Now our pie crust is ready, so we can spread it in our mold. You have to also work the dough up the sides for about 3 centimeters high. Now our short crust is in the mold, so now we have to prepare the filling. The filling is quick and easy, but before we get to that, let's preheat the oven to 180 degrees. So let's get started. Before we make the filling, I'm just going to whisk the eggs a bit. Now we're also just going to add a few tablespoons of coconut milk to the custard powder. Now we are going to add all of the ingredients to a larger bowl. Now we are going to whisk all of this together. Whisk it till it's nice and smooth, but don't overbeat it. Now it's nicely whisked, so we can put it in our short crust. Now our cake is ready. So we're going to bake it in the oven for an hour. Towards the end, just check with a toothpick to see whether it's ready, because the baking time also depends on how your oven is. Towards the end, if it browns too much, you can always put a sheet of aluminium foil on top of it. See you in an hour. So it's been an hour and the cheesecake is ready. So now we're going to take it out. Now we're going to let this completely cool, then I'll meet you for the taste test. I let the cheesecake completely cool down. Now we're going to demold it. One thing that I would like to clarify is that when you put a toothpick in the cake to check, it does not have to come out fully clean. It's just that it's not liquid when it comes out. Okay? So now we're going to demold the cake. Look at that wonderful cheesecake. It looks absolutely perfect. Now, without further ado, the tasting. There we go, a wonderful slice. Now let's taste it. It tastes perfect. It's absolutely mouth-watering and it's really good. The creaminess is absolutely amazing and the texture of the bottom short crust is also really good. I definitely recommend you trying this recipe and I will be back with more recipes and more videos for you guys. See you until next time. If you're wondering how to make hung curd, it's totally simple. So all you need is a cloth, a strainer like this and a bowl. So just put the strainer into the bowl and then put the cloth like this. And we're just going to put the curd into the cloth. And we're just going to squeeze out as much water as possible. Really as much of the water as possible because we want it nice, thick and creamy. Once the curd gets into a consistency like this, that means it's ready. We're just going to squeeze out a tiny bit more liquid so that it's really nice and squeezed. Now I have squeezed it in enough and it is looking really good. So this is the consistency that you want to get it to. You don't want to squeeze it that much. A bit of liquid can still be in it. I did this process for 3 packets of curd.